Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Bivan and today I'm going to take you through how I developed my website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, this is the outline of our website. We have home, about, services, portfolio, publications, contact us. Yeah. So let's just go through the basic implementation of how we got started. To start off, we created a folder called school project with a folder article, images, about. This is one of the pages. Then article, this is contact us, index, which is usually our main page. Then we have our JavaScript. This is my script. Then portfolio, publication and services. This is our style that we use to reference. Okay, now let's go back to VS Code, and this is our HTML document. And so basically HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and it's the standard language for creating web pages. So something like this first line, it tells our website, our web browser, that the document that you are viewing is a HTML5 document. And then in our document we have some few in a HTML there are some tags that are used in different places or doing different things. So we have our head, this link, and this is used to, it has details about the metadata of the web page that we are using, and the link is used to reference other links. Like for instance, this one was used to reference a website that has icons, the CSS icons that we can use in our website. It's on a remote server, so this is used to reference those icons. So with this link, we can use some of the icons from that website, such as this tag here, this one here, paint, and this one for marketing, then networking, then firewall services and cloud computing. Those icons that we are seeing up here, those are from that website for referencing. Then we have our style sheet here. In our style sheet, we are using an external style sheet called style.css. This, because the styles are too many, you cannot use internal styling, it can be confusing. So we created our style.css with, as you can see, we used so many styles in creating this website. Yeah, starting from body, the HTML itself, our header, and the navigation bars. Yeah, those are some of the styles that we are using this website. So that's the reason why we decided to use an external style sheet, which is most preferable. Then let's go back to our index.html, and here we have in our head we have our header. Our header contains our logo image here. Then we have our href class. This is a class that, let's say, we can use in CSS to style our logo. Then we have this class bx menu. This is our menu icon from our box icon website. So as you can see here, when we go to styles.css, and look for this menu icon, the display is none, at the moment, and that's why we cannot see it in our website here. But let's try to inspect and go to, let's say, tablet mode. Yeah, then we can reduce. Okay, we can see here it is. This is our icon that we are talking about here. So basically that icon is used to control our menu, which comes very helpful. And to add on, when creating that icon, we'll have to implement some of the JavaScript capabilities to help us through and find the best way to use that menu icon. So let's continue. And here we have our navigation class. This is our navigation bar. This is our class navigation bar. And basically this class will be used to style up our navigation bar to look the way it is here. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is our navigation bar. So when you go back to our styles, styles.css, and we look for .nav navigation, .nav bar, here it is. So we see that the background color, border, bottom padding, display flex, this will it will display these icons in a horizontal format. We justify our icons, then the width. Now this is the styling for our navigation bar. This is the styling for our navigation bar. Let's go back to index and find and look for other operations that we did here. Okay, after finishing out with our header, this is where our header ends. We start with our section called home. So this section home contains an image and some text. This is just an introduction part of the website. So as you can see here in our website, go to our home page, we'll see we have our image here. Yeah, this styling that we used here for this image to hover like that, this is our CSS styling for our image. You can still go and check and look. Then we can have here some text in different formats. So here we have header 3 that says hello, it's me, then header 1, the name, and header 3 again, which says I am an IT consultant. So here our header 3 can be used for styling also in CSS, and the span. This span it can also be styled in a different way, whichever we may choose to. Like in this case, go to our styles. We are looking for our home. This is home. This is how we are displaying our home. This is how we are styling our home, so that the image is on the right hand side and our text is on the left. Then we have our image. This is how we are styling our image. We're positioning it to the right top, the positioning, and then here this is our animation that's making our image to move up and down. So that's how it's working. Then what else were we looking at? We are looking at our content from home. We have the header 3 styling. Here is our header 3 styling, and here this at keyframe slide, this is just a style that's helping our image to move up and down, and it transforms from Y to X. This is how it's working. Now let's go back to our website and our homepage and look at this class called social media. This class called social media, all the it has all the icons from our web, and that's from our CSS icons. We have here class for Facebook with the Facebook. This part is for Facebook icon. Here it is for Twitter icon. This is for Instagram icon. So like for example, this, and the last one is for LinkedIn. So this last one we put a link for LinkedIn, for my profile in LinkedIn. So all you need to do is when you are in our website, you just, or you can right click and open a new tab. So automatically it will take you to LinkedIn when you have data to that profile page. So that is how it works. After that, we have our footer. Footer is basically just our copyright. This is just a copyright. And then we have a link for JavaScript. This is now how we link JavaScript to our web pages. Now, having looked at some of the basic functionality of HTML, let's dive deep inside. Let's dive deep inside HTML and look at media query. At media query is used when, let's say, a website is being used on a smaller device like a tablet. So here we set the maximum width 768 pixel, and for that we start by displaying our menu icon as black. So remember we say that the menu icon was not visible when we are using our computer, but when we inspect our website and let's say use a tablet view of the website, we can see our menu icon here. So this is how CSS can be used to make our website responsive. So for this, we can reduce as we increase the size. You can see that when our website was full, or let's say it was on desktop mode, our website had three, like let's say when we are working with services, it had 3 projects, then 3 down. But when you reduce it to tablet mode, it changes to 2 on top and 2 down. So this is just how CSS can be used to design the responsive aspect of our website. Now let's go to HTML and see how this icon functionality has been implemented. Okay, so here we go to JavaScript, to my scripts.js, and here we see how it has been achieved by creating a variable called menu icon, and we link it to the menu icon that we have seen in CSS, which is also in our JavaScript document. Then we create another one called navbar, and then we put it to navbar. So here what we are trying to do is we want to link the menu icon to our navigation, so that when a user taps to this icon, then this menu displays here, as we can see. And then when the user selects something here, let's say contact us, then the menu plus the icon disappear. We go back to that page with what we wanted to do. So here, this is the main functionalities, some of the functionalities that we have implemented here using JavaScript. And so here you can see here that the menu bar icon here, after declaring these two variables, then we say the menu icon we toggle it to bx. This bx, the button x, this one here, this is the button x. So we are linking the menu icon and the x icon to unselect the menu icon. So as you can see here, this is how it's being used. And let's go back to JavaScript, and here we set our toggle to be active. Yeah, so this is how it's helping us restructure our website when we are working with other aspects of let's say other devices. So we go to portfolio, it's the same. We can tap here. When we tap it, it exits from our menu. And it's same for when you it works the same way when you go to services. When you go to services, the moment you tap on services, let's say you are using a tablet, the moment you do that, the navigation bar disappears automatically. This also is one of the design using JavaScript. Let's see where it is. Hold on. Here. So the moment one of the menu item is selected, then it's removed. So we go back to our page that we are supposed to use. So if we don't have that functionality, then it means that the moment you click on contact us, yeah, it will take you to a page, contact me, but also this menu will stay the same here, which means it will go over some of other operations that are needed to be used. Okay, now let's go to contact us. In contact us, this is where we have implemented a form that we can use to receive messages from users about concerns and maybe what they have to say. So here we create a class called heading, and for the best thing about CSS is when you are using the classes, you can easily reuse the code of classes. So you create a class called heading, and you can always reference anywhere in your code, so that every time you are creating a heading, you can style all your heading the same. So with that, it helps you reuse your code and reduce the size of the code that you are using, so that it can be easily understood by someone else who is from external. So here we create we have our section here for contact us. So, and we create an input box. We create an input box for full name, and then we create an email, an input box for email. Then here we create another one for phone number. So the type that is being entered here is text. This is for numbers. Here it's text. Here is email. The last one for email subject is also text. And then we create a text area. This text area is where the message goes. So create a text area with 30 columns and 10 rows. And then we create our submit button here. So here the submit button is from the class btn, and we'll come to see that when we go to our styles and look for, we find our class let's look for our class BTM. So here is our BTM here. So we come to see that all the buttons that we've implemented in this website have been styled the same way. So here we see that the background is black, then the color of text is white. Then we have transition. This is when a mouse passes over the button. Transition, it will transit from the button background, which is black, to this color beige. So that we can see it from here. Let's go back to full page, and let's say here is send message. It turns from black and it hovers to beige. Let's look for other buttons like read more. And so our styling is being used the same all through when you are dealing with some icons that some aspects of the website that will be repeated, such as headings, such as our buttons here. So that's how it's working, and here is the same here. So after looking at our contact us or the contact me page, we see that we've created here a form with full name. Here you enter names. You can enter here phone number manually, and then we have our email subject. Let's say hello. Then you can enter here a message, whichever we want to send, and then send. Then after we send, you will see that the text comes back to empty. It's cleared. So after that, we have seen the use of input boxes in our website and our text area, which means that apart from an input box which is limited to a few number of rows and columns, we can use text area which is a bit much bigger. Now we go back to publications. When looking at publications, you can see this is our heading. We already go through that. Then we go to some of the few papers, that research papers like artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, cybersecurity. So when working with creating such articles, you have to create a class, and so you can use that class to style it effectively how you can. So when you go to our publication.html, we will see that we have a class here. Let's see our class called container. So when we go to our style.css, look for container. We have here, this is our container. We see that the display is in grid. So here we look at our website. This is our grid, and then we have this is services. This is our services container. We have a grid with 3 and 1. This is our columns and rows. So we go back to our services. This is our container. So we have 3 and 2. So we say that we are having 3 rows and 2 columns. This is how we can use our classes to create a grid. So this is effective because without styling, it means that our website will not have a good view. It will be difficult for someone to find something specific. But for here, it's easy. When someone comes to our services, it just goes directly. It's easy to navigate through the icons, and like you go to, if you are looking for web development, it's easy, you just see it's visible there. You go into more details here to find what you are looking for. So that's how we can use CSS to implement a grid. Can use CSS to implement grid, and some of the most important properties we can use are like justify. This puts our context at the center, and then gaps. This gap, it will just basically tells us how far from one to another. It gives that's where the gaps comes from. Yeah, so that's it. We can see that when we are creating a website, CSS, JavaScript, and hold on. Okay, so we see that JavaScript, CSS, and HTML are important aspects of web designing. So because of that, we can easily manipulate our content on our web browsers. We can easily create and structure our data to be consistent so that it can be easily accessed and it can be easily understood by a different person who is not more used to such. So when and we see that like in portfolio, this shows us how to use containers that work within a container. So here we have our web design that when you hover over a project, then it gives you more details and it gives you a link that you can go and find out more information about the services that are being offered about it. So that's it. I hope it's been educational for one reason, for one person to the other. So thank you and goodbye.